Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachahakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders at Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations as always to the elect. And I'm pretty sure by now you brothers and sisters have saw this garbage. This is posted by the beloved brother Yashalam, GMS Watchman. Subscribe, be edified. The title of the video that brothers are responding to: Beware, Isupk now promote adultery. All right, and you would have thought, them speaking down on John the Baptist would have been enough. All right, but they still have followers. You would have thought, that the proud and bizarre things that have come from this guy. All right, I believe his name is General Mayman. All right, you would think the things that came from his mouth in times past that we've called out. All right, calling John the Baptist a plate of fish. You would think that would be enough, but Jake ain't gonna stop. All right, and I'm gonna play this, which I'm pretty sure you already all have heard it, and get a few scriptures. I understand now why we as a nation went into captivity. Looking at Israel over the last, give it, the whole time I've been in the truth, but it seems like the closer we get to the end, Jake is just waxing worse. And what else could you do with a people like this? Look at what's going on in Israel. You don't see any fear. You don't see any reverence. All right, or any respect. All right, for Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. You just see a bunch of people doing and saying whatever the hell they want to do. All right, now in the book of Luke, that lets you know that Yahweh Shai is near. All right, and Tawada Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai for the remnant. All right, because if it wasn't for the remnant, our whole nation would be decimated and destroyed. I see why people mock and laugh at us. Okay, if a guy like Vocab Malone got a hold of this and went in, what could we say? What could we say? All right, I'd call in and help. This is Luke, the 2nd chapter. In the 34th verse, it says, And Simeon blessed him and said unto Mary his mother, Behold, this child is set for the fall and rising again of many in Israel, speaking of Yahweh Shai, and for a sign which shall be spoken against Yahweh Shai, his prophets. The true understanding of the volume of the book is something that will be spoken against in this world, all right, and more importantly, in the world of Israel, okay? It says, Yea, a sword shall pierce through thine own soul also, all right? Everyone gets cut by this word, okay? If you're not getting cut, you're not in the truth, okay? That the thoughts of many hearts may be revealed, okay? And that's what Yahweh Shai is set for. All right, through the spirit and vibration of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai being preached, all right, it speaks the end into existence. And what happens is the thoughts and intents of men are made manifest, okay, are made manifest in the earth. And that's what you see happening with all that's happening in Israel. Not just this instance that we're going to play, but look around. Look around at the behavior of these people. What else can you do with this people that on the Passover would throw Hezekiah in your face over Yahweh Shai just so they can party and have fun? You can have fun and party, have a fashion show on any other day, but you want to do it on a Passover. Auction off men and women. All right. You're going to use the Passover as a day to do something like that, which, pretty much every year it's the same thing. I'm not for to sit here and do, pretty much enough has been said. Pretty much we're living in a time of judgment, and you would think Israel would be in the spirit of fearing. Well, Israel, they're getting more rebellious. All right. As the scripture says here in Isaiah, the 1st chapter and the 5th verse, it says, why should you be stricken anymore? All right. You will revolt more and more. The whole head is sick. The whole heart is faint. Our people's minds are sick. Okay. You're supposed to be transformed in the mind when you come into this thing. Now, yeah, brothers are rough around the edges. Okay. But when it comes to particular things, man, it's like, damn. There has to be a limit. There has to be a particular standard in what comes out of our mouth and what we say. Okay? The whole head is sick. Now, this guy here, when I first came into the truth, he was around. All right? He's the second in command, I believe, under General Yohana, who, according to them, is second in command under Yahweh Shai. All right. And as this beloved brother posted here, Titus 1:10, for there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially they of the circumcision. All right. He would be considered one of the circumcision. Right. He's one of the men who was around. I remember when I first came in, I remember he was going in on Noble Drew Ali. And I remember he went into some information. All right. And I looked it up. And, because Isupk, they were, when we first came, when this word first came strong onto the internet in 2007, of course, the apostles and elders, you had Bishop Nathaniel, Racha, who's now GOCC. And it's funny, him and Nathaniel then were calling on a name. Then something changed. But of recent, Bishop is now calling on a name, but he's doing it and still mocking in pride. You would think after what, the brother went through, he would come back in more of a humble position and state, but he comes back calling out his haters like the black woman. All right. Anyway, especially they of the circumcision, whose mouths must be stopped, who subvert whole houses, teaching things they ought not for filthy lucre's sake. So we're going to go ahead and play General, all right, Mayman or something like that. Let's go ahead and listen to this.
Chris Rock should do. This would be my counsel to him. Chris Rock cannot beat Will Smith in a fight, more than likely. Will Smith trains for action movies. He's probably well trained with all kinds of martial arts and fighting style.
And this is all centered around this garbage with Will Smith, which I believe it was fake. You have some brothers who think it was real, but either way it goes, who gives a damn? Okay. At the end of the day, it's a distraction. All right. And at the end of the day, we have enough garbage going on amongst our people. All right. We here as Israelites, we should present better conflict resolution to our people, because you have a lot of our people who literally die, all right, behind beefing over women. And we've seen that enough. Okay. So knowing the scriptures, we should be able to give wise counsel. Okay. We should be able to give our people counsel according to the Holy Scriptures. Now let's listen.
And guns. This is but if he truly wants revenge, and Chris Rock must get revenge.
No, that's what we're going to deal with first. He says Chris Rock must get revenge. Now the scripture says vengeance is the Lord. Let's get it. All right, because Chris Rock didn't react in the immediate, If a guy hits you, you sometimes, you get into a scuffle, you get into a fight, and after that, that's that, but within this, because you got to remember, this was the Oscars, and it was sponsored by Pfizer, which happened to be coming out with a so-called cure for alopecia. Okay, and that's the so-called disease Jada Smith supposedly has as to why she's bald. All right, keep all of these things in mind. Okay? So, in my opinion, it was an act. All right? But with that, let's just take for take into consideration, let's just say it was real, right? We as Hebrew Israelite leaders, in the spirit of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, have to give our people the right counsel. So you're going to counsel a man, all right, as we're going to show you, he's going to counsel Chris Rock to get vengeance by sleeping with the man's wife, okay, which is adultery. All right, and what are people going to say? Well, gee, y'all teach to rape little children. You know, pretty much Jake ain't going to ever stop. You had this guy, Bishop Nathaniel, you know, the elder Bishop Nathaniel, blatantly lie and say he didn't say there won't be any Jacob's trouble. And when we bring it out, you know what Jake does? They come onto the comment board and say, we're hating. And it's just like, damn, man. What else can you do with a people like Israel, man? And like I said, I've ran into the best people I've ever met in my life in Israel, and I've ran into the worst people, both men and women. I've ran into the absolute worst people I've ever met in my life in Israel. You think, you know, I'm coming into Israel, I'm finna, you know, get ready to, you know, to meet all of the best people with the best intent. But then there's a reality check, because even in the scriptures, a lot of Israel was wicked as hell, man. You see? But that's all right. The water Yahweh Bashim Yahushai for the remnant. So the scripture says here in Romans 12:17, recompense no man evil for evil. Provide things honest in the sight of all men. 1 Thessalonians 5:15, see that none render evil for evil unto any man. Okay? But ever follow that which is good among yourselves and to all men. 1 Peter 3:9 is the head of the church, not rendering evil for evil. All right. So because someone does evil to you, all right, now in a sense of what happened with Chris Rock, you know, they're at the Oscars and Will Smith walks onto the stage and smacks him. You know, if you're not going to react at that point and fight back, where was the security if that was really a real, you know, situation? You know? But if you're not going to react in the moment, all right, pretty much from this point, those two men need to figure out a way to make peace. Okay? Because they're comedians. He was doing a stand-up routine. Okay? Now, when you look at the whole, you know, the relationship between Will and Jada, it's a mess. She committed adultery with her son's friend, a guy who Will Smith allowed into his house. Supposedly, I look at it as a buck-breaking ritual, the whole thing. You know, from that point, Will was crying every week. This happened to me when I was little, this and that. It's a whole buck-breaking ritual. You got to understand, Will Smith is a Hollywood demon. Jada, too. The children. You seen the children? You seen the video that their daughter did? They're Satanists, man. They're all in. All right? Not rendering evil for evil or railing for railing, but contrariwise blessing, knowing that ye are thereunto called, that ye should inherit a blessing. Now, let's finish this in Romans 12, and then we'll go back to that video. Recompense no man, Romans 12:17, evil for evil, provide things honest in the sight of all men. If it be possible, as much lieth in you, live peaceably with all men. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath, for it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, saith the Lord. Okay? So because someone does evil to you, okay, it's not scriptural, okay, to say, well, now I'm going to do evil to you and then you're justified. All right? Now, under that first covenant, eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. Okay? But this guy is going to teach what? Shit, slap for a wife. All right. Now, when you go to precepts that link with this, see here. Leviticus 19:18, thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people, but thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself, for I am the Lord. Okay? So let's say this is a real situation. Chris Rock didn't react in the beginning, because they're getting ready to do all types of interviews. Chris Rock's ticket sales are already gone up because people want to hear about the slap. They're going to do sit downs, and it's going to be the center of attraction. Meanwhile, the New World Order is being set up. People are getting ready to be starved the hell out. The charagma's coming. But this is the focus of the people. So, again, these are witches and warlocks on the left-hand side. And Hollywood is a Babylonian church. Okay, that whole Oscar thing, even the award goes back, that award they have goes back to Egypt. So you got to understand there's magic, there's witchcraft all tied to the whole thing. Okay? Proverbs 24:29, say not, I will do so to him as he have done to me. I will render to the man according to his work. All right, so let's listen to the advice that this elder gives.
Chris Rock should do. This would be my counsel to him. Chris Rock cannot beat Will Smith in a fight, more than likely. Will Smith trains for action movies. And he's probably well trained with all kinds of martial arts and fighting styles and guns. But if he truly wants revenge, and Chris Rock must get revenge in the spirit of Christ.
Now, we just read the scriptures that goes against what this dude is talking about. And this is why niggas get shot up. All right? Especially when it comes to women and beefs. How many niggas in the hood get shot up over being overly emotional instead of letting shit go or try to have some form of resolution? Because the truth gives you a spirit of conflict resolution. They have a conflict. How do we resolve it to where we can both move forward? These are two multimillionaires. Okay? Who gives a damn at the end of the day? If this is real. Hey, my bad, brother. I shouldn't have talked about your wife. My bad. I shouldn't have got emotional and slapped you. Let's get this money. Let's go to Dubai. Okay? And let's get on TV and together and show the people we're over this so we can move on, right? That would make more sense than what this guy's about to say, right?
He has to do it, or else he won't be a man.
What scripture is that?
Let me tell you what my counsel, if Chris Rock was a man under my supervision, this is what I would counsel him to do. This is the only way Will Smith would understand. Chris Rock cannot fight him. Chris Rock cannot assault him. But you know what Chris Rock can do? Chris Rock can fuck his wife. And that's what he should do. He should do that.
People clap to that. People in the audience clap to that. People clap to that. There are people in the audience clapping to what he just said. Clapping to what he just said. His advice is for Chris Rock. Now, let's say this is real. And let's say there's men in his school, because this guy is known for saying the most bizarre things. There's men in his school under him. Let's say they're in an altercation with a man. And at the gym, a dude elbows, the guy in the face as they're playing basketball, and they're arguing over a foul. And the guy in Isupk leaves the gym not getting his lick back, and he goes to him for counseling. This nigga elbowed me. He was talking shit. They broke it up, man. What should I do? Well, this guy's gonna say, well, you need revenge. You gotta get vengeance, or else you won't be a man. So he's gonna tell the guy in his camp, or the guy in his camp who's watching his video is gonna say, I'm gonna go fuck the dude's wife. And what will that lead to? All right? Putting him in a position to get his ass put to death either by that man or by Yahweh Ba Shem Yahweh Shai, which ultimately it would be through Yahweh Ba Shem Yahweh Shai anyway. How many men do we know who have put other men to death over land with their woman? And you had a guy come onto the comment board saying Will and Jada is in an open relationship, so it's not really his wife anyway. What's going on in Israel, man? You had a guy come to this dude's defense. Y'all teach to rape little children. They're in an open relationship. What? That in itself is wicked. Who wanted that would give you even more reasons not to deal with her. The fact that she has one mind should be enough, but the fact that she's in an open relationship getting smashed by all of these different men, and your advice is to go, then you now join yourself to that woman because you were slapped. Now, in the law, if a man hits you and you're injured, all right, and you have to miss work, hey, you got to pay that man's salary, the doctor bill. All right, which there's a skit that was on in Living Color where the guy was acting like Chris Rock and he got slapped. In the beginning of the movie with Chris Rock and Bernie Mac, he got slapped. He knows how to get slapped. Okay. Anyway, let's keep listening.
He should buy some of that good heroin. He should buy some of that good heroin. They got good heroin down here in Kensington. Kensington got excellent heroin, excellent cocaine, purity in New York. He should get some of that weed from California or some of that cocaine from Philadelphia, and he should go and talk to Jada Pinkett.
Yeah, he's telling him to go get drugs. And go lay with another man's woman. And what is this dude like what's up with him? What is he telling men? Like, imagine what these dudes do in their daily lives, man. Like, he's liable to have women locked up, ordering brothers to do all type of crazy shit, man. Like, what's up with this guy? He had a whip one class. Like, is he whipping people in the school? Why do you have a whip? Walk into the house, musty, forcing a woman to go down on him. Like, this dude right here is like completely like a unclean spirit. He's a walking abomination, and we have all kind of clips of this guy just saying whatever in the hell he wants, and Israel doesn't lose their mind. Remember the dude from Fopi? He even said your woman, I put my pickle in your woman's mouth. Like, it's all kind of garbage being just stated openly in Israel, and like nobody says anything. Nobody cares. But then when we say something, we're hating. We jealous. I don't get it, man. But I do get why we as a nation had to go into slavery. When you look at the harsh things that happened to our nation, sometimes it messes with you like, damn, why would the Lord allow that? Now you see why. This is madness.
You know what he should do? He should befriend her son. He should go make friends with her son. He should come over the house and say, listen, I want to squash this beef. I'm sorry about what I said about your head. That was wrong. Me and Jaden here playing video games here. He should start playing with Jaden Smith, and he should fuck the shit out of Jada Pinkett.
If you see something, say something.
Most of you are going to say, oh, he was just playing. But the scriptures say, abstain from all appearance of evil. Do nothing, all right, that the ministry can be blamed. Okay? Let's get a few scriptures, man. I'm going to close up because what more needs to be said, man? Jeremiah 23:14. I have seen also in the prophets of Jerusalem an horrible thing. They commit adultery and walk in lies and strengthen also the hands of evildoers, that none doth return from his wickedness. So pretty much when you're looking around in Israel, you're just seeing niggardry. People aren't being put in mind of the fear of the Lord. People are just being put in mind to do and say what the hell they want to do. But the fact they have on fringes or they're part of this particular group, they're good. You can, mesh niggardry, all right, with the scriptures, because really a lot of people look at Yahushai's approach as we're not in a position to judge. We're not sovereign. They take the mindset of Yahushai on how to operate behind enemies' lines, all right, and taking a more of a peaceful approach dealing with brothers. They take that as weak. The simplicity in Hamashiach, really, a lot of these camps don't dig it. Okay? They don't dig it. They are all of them unto me as Sodom, and as the inhabitants thereof as Gomorrah. All right? Why? Because they're uncouth. These are Israelites. This is an Israelite leader. He's been in for a long time. Longer than me. And that's his advice. That's what he's going to say in front of the congregation, and people are going to clap. And see, this is what the famines are being prepared for. This is what all of these hard times, the elect and remnant, yeah, we're going to go through straight things, but eventually the Lord's going to take care of those who are in the right spirit. But all of these famines, the pestilence, is being prepared for niggas like him and his followers, because really, you when you see something like that, you're supposed to. I'm out of here. When you heard him say John the Baptist was a plate of fish, ain't in the truth, Jacob's trouble is gay. Oh my goodness! You could pop your woman up the ass. That should have been enough for Jake to be like, you know what? I'm a roll. Oh, how about take the jump shot? Right? We're being blamed for secretly doing it. Well, you have people openly doing it. Captain Tazariak, General Yohana. Hell, they'll go as far as to go on Sinetta TV and promote it to your ass. But this is your leader. Okay? Don't trust the white man. But then, as soon as he come with this with some juice in 2020, then it flips to, well, you be stupid not to take his juice. So there's a lot of blood on y'all hands, man. All right. IUIC was openly promoting it, and then after the elder Bishop Nathaniel got sick, they started to change their tune and they started to speak against it. Now, 20 people, they say, went back to the spirit world that was in their congregation behind the Crown Royale 2019. Could they have taken that juice according to the counsel you gave that woman who called in saying, what should she do? And all Jake had to do was trust in the Lord. You had people who went through scares. You had people who, and eventually they were good. Now we know and understand things are going to get tighter, but damn, all the devil did was blow. And you niggas just oh my God, I got to do what the devil say do. How we going to live without the devil? And openly told Israel to take some juice, some curl activator. Y'all know what we talking about, that Biden taco sauce. Yeah, Isupk, Captain Tazar, these big, hardcore tough guys, militant tough guys are in the damn jump shot line, right, with fringes on, all black, standing in a line to go and get the devil who they say don't trust. He's the worst thing ever. Now he pops up with some sauce, and it's the bet. You will be stupid not to take it. So what do you think they're going to tell you when that charagma comes? And you would think with all of the judgment going on around the world, with all of the prophecies that are coming to pass, Jake would be in a more serious spirit, a more fearful spirit. Fear of the Lord is healthy, man. Anyway, therefore, thus saith the Lord of hosts, concerning the prophets, behold, I will feed them with wormwood and make them drink the water of gall. And see, that's what's getting ready to happen. You know, there's a prophecy here in Revelation, the 8th chapter, the 11th verse. Okay. I'll start at 10. And the third angel sounded, and a great star fell from heaven, burning as it were a lamp, and it fell upon the third parts of the rivers and upon the fountains of waters. And the name of the star is called Wormwood. All right, which is basically symbolic of the waters are going to be bitter, contaminated. And the third part of the waters became wormwood, and many men died of the waters because they were made bitter. The water contamination, the famines, the pestilence, the food shortage. All of these things are created for wicked people, right? So all of this shit Jake is talking and all of these games that are playing, hey, you're gonna suffer for that, man. Remember, you pay. You got to watch what you say. Well, you got to watch what comes out of your mouth. You got to be mindful. Look, we're not here to be tough guys and just say and do what the hell we want to do. Now, we all have our own spirit. Sometimes we may slip. Hey, we're human. But, bro, to openly just say this and then get a round of applause means something's wrong, man. Something is wrong. When people were questioning this guy, about John the Baptist, what did he say? Because people were watching our videos. People were like, well, damn, you sure? When you say John the Baptist fell out of the truth, he's a piece of shit, he's a piece of fish, he's a plug, hand me the hot sauce. You sure? And what did he say? John the Baptist is whatever the hell I say he is. As a matter of fact, whatever I tell you to do, you do it. If I tell you to go at 4 a.m. to get me some water, you goddamn it, go get the water. So what's going on in this school? And then you got a bunch of jailhouse jakes who are just all messed up in the head. They get out, they join your congregation. These dudes are crazy. With the advice you're giving them, what are you forwarding? You're forwarding more wickedness amongst our people. How many instances do we know where Jake could literally just settle something and then go out in their emotion trying to create their own vengeance and somebody ends up getting shot? Now, both of them niggas end up dying, but this bitch, okay, a bitch like Jada Pinkett, who's a complete demon, she's alive. The men dead, but this bitch is alive. And the Pfizer cure works, and her ass is walking around with a whole head of hair with 2 dead niggas because they got bad advice from this black greasy nigga, man. But that's black culture. And you have people who are very impressionable, man. So any conflict they get in, they're going to resolve it in the flesh, which leads to more friction, more death, more confusion. All right. And the job of Satan is done in the earth, man. I will feed them with wormwood and make them to drink the water of gall. Remember the Babylonians came? What happened? There was a famine. Okay, well, now the modern day Babylonian, all right, Babylon the Great, Esau, Edom. He's the sword. Okay, and shall we make mirth? We're not in the time of mirth. We're in the time of preparing ourselves for the straight gate, man. And when it's all said and done, you ain't going to be able to say we ain't warn you and tell you. Because now IUIC's the big, they're into Jacob's trouble now. Now they're the experts on it when we've been telling you, and they used to mock it. But it's good that they teaching it. But you better be careful with that pride, man. I'm telling you. You would think after being sick and, to the point of death, all right, and being forced to call on the name of the Lord, that Jake would come back in a more humble spirit, man. You would think after Comfy's death, like a guy like this would be aware of what he's saying. Nah, not Jake, bro. So this is why we went into slavery. Now we see the mindset that led to the only thing you can do with these people: pack their asses on a cargo slave ship, send Esau on a boat. The Lord sent Esau on a boat to come over here to the Americas and slaughter, all right, Jake. The Lord packed Jake onto a slave ship, okay, had the children raped, wives raped in front of them, defecating on one another. That is the only thing you can do with a people like this. I get it wholeheartedly. Okay, the stuff that comes through my mind, I get why we as a people went through what we had to go through. We are absolutely sick. Okay, but the beauty of it is, in this same chapter, all right, Isaiah 1:5, why should you be stricken any more? You will revolt more and more. The whole head is sick, the whole heart is faint. From the sole of the foot even unto the head, there is no soundness in it. That's our nation, man. But the beauty is the remnant, man. Okay? The remnant, man. All right, verse 7, your country is desolate. Look at where we live. Your cities are burned with fire. Your land, strangers devour it in your presence. And here it is. We're the Israelites, but then you got a complete, all right, bundle of sticks, which that's what the word all right, A-G-G-O-T, that word means bundle of sticks. You got a complete demon over there humping a wall with a small hat on, inhabiting your land. Wouldn't you think right by now we would be as a people in the spirit of, man, let's get this thing right with the Lord. Let's take a more humble approach. What we were doing didn't work. Let's do something better. Not Jake, man. So this is the answer, man. The remnant are the answer. The one who the Lord is going to put the right spirit in, man. The water Yahweh Shem Yahshua, because we wouldn't do it on our own. We threw. The covering of Yahweh Shai. Except the Lord of hosts has left us a very small remnant, we would have been as Sodom, and we should have been like unto Gomorrah, man. The water Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai for that mercy, man. This grace period. It is of the Lamentations 3:22. It is of the Lord's mercies that we are not consumed, because his compassions fail not. Oh, man. 2 Timothy 3:13. But evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. 1 Peter 4:17, for the time has come that judgment shall begin at the house of the Most High, and if it first begin at us, what shall the end of them be that obey not the gospel? And if the righteous scarcely be saved, what shall the ungodly and the sinner appear? Okay? Wherefore let them that suffer according to the will of the Most High commit to the keeping of their souls to him in well-doing as unto a faithful creator. Fear the Lord, man. Okay? 1 Timothy 1:5. Now the end of the commandment is charity out of a pure heart and of a good conscience and faith unfeigned. Okay? From which some having swerved and turned aside unto vain jangling. And that's Isupk all day. Look at what happened to Captain Tazariak once he got with Isupk. I mean, in the beginning, he was on point because he pretty much, the brothers here in Great Millstone, if y'all didn't know, we taught that dude, man. All right, brothers in Mississippi, Louisiana, we was in those conference calls. I remember going in there, hearing Tazariak, and he believed that the MOTB was what we say it is. He believed all of that back then, but his thing was Captain Tazariak couldn't get over how hardcore we were on the women. Okay, and now women even get it. So what he did was he took what he learned from us and he went over there and immediately was exalted to this high position in Isupk because he knew the scriptures. But as he started to get the praises of men, started to do these debates, which he was on fire. Winning these debates, we were rooting for him. Although, we go back and forth with Isupk. If they're debating the Egypt Tyler, I'm going for Tazariak. He was doing good, but eventually you started to notice he just went left. He don't bring out any scriptures. He started to base his emotion as the end all be all of topics. He don't, you know, and he's completely off now. Going to Sonetta TV, a big 6'4" Michael Strahan looking nigga on Sonetta TV telling Israel to take the jump shot. In 2022, this is your leader. And what does Israel do? Oh man, ain't that bad? Okay. Boy, oh boy, man. Vain jangling.
Strong's G 3150. Matayalagia.
Vain talking, empty talk, man. And that's this guy all day, man. Like, bro, stop. This dude whose mouths must be stopped, as this brother put that's serious, man.
And guns. This is what, but if he truly wants revenge, and Chris Rock must get revenge in the spirit of Christ, he has to do it, or else he won't be a man. Let me tell you what my counsel, if Chris Rock was a man under my supervision, this is what I would counsel him to do.
And he's not saying if Chris Rock was just a nigga. He's saying if he was under his supervision. Now, what is he? He's of the Isupk.
This is the only way Will Smith would understand.
So if Chris Rock was in the school,
Chris Rock cannot fight him. Chris Rock cannot assault him. But you know what Chris Rock can do? Chris Rock can fuck his wife. And that's what he should do. He should do that.
you know what? I'm done. I was going to go into some more. On to the next, man. Shalom.